I've heard phrases such as, people don't want to learn technique, they just want to have fun. And this could be one of the dumbest ideas I've ever heard of. And in this video, I want to explain why. This video is for the dancers, so it's going to be pretty niche. By way of my background, I've been a dancer in partner dance styles for the last 7 years, focused on Brazilian Zouk for the last 6. I started teaching midway through 2017 when I started a Zouk community in the southwest of the UK, mainly because there was just no one else teaching it within 3 hours drive, and it was too good not to share. I moved to Poland at the end of 2018, mainly because it's my favorite place in Europe to dance Zouk. So it's kind of a big part of my life. But going back to that phrase of technique versus fun, it feels like the person saying it imagines technique as something dry, repetitive, boring, devoid of emotion, impossible to enjoy, and then fun as its opposite. You know, I reject this false dichotomy. For me, it's a question of enjoyment versus even more enjoyment. Technique, good or bad, is developed through how we spend our time. You are developing your technique all the time. I've been a weightlifter for 25 years. If someone is squatting or deadlifting with bad form, they continue that in a self-perpetuating cycle. They're programming it into their own body. You need to fix your form before you even think about adding any weight on the bar. Or if you already are, you need to scale right back, prepare your body, incorporate habits and exercises to make sure that you're doing it in the correct way, and then you can begin, and then you can progress. That's actually something I'm having to do right now because a bad habit crept in and it's damaging my knee, so I've got to fix it. The same thing happens in dance. You can't rush people into doing something they're not ready for, but some people rush themselves into it. And it's not even a case of time spent in the dance either. Someone can go on for years perpetuating poor technique. If someone doesn't build their base, they aren't going to be able to safely and comfortably lead and follow movements beyond that base, that are dependent on that base. Does that mean that you have to be a master of the movements before you continue? No, of course not. No one ever really masters them. You have to keep training them. It always has to be your focus, and you can then build further on top of those foundations. If you attempt to jump ahead, you're going to make your dance feel safe and disconnected, where your partner is spending more time on trying to stay with and protect himself or herself as well as you, rather than being able to just enjoy and express yourself together. You know, you don't build a skyscraper on shaky foundations. By the way, I saw this infographic from zoukbase.com, which outlines recommended training focuses, and I fully approve of this message. Zouk is built from the ground up, as well as many other dance styles. So what about intuition and spontaneity? I recently started learning Thai massage, which has a huge focus on listening to the body and giving the body what the body wants. But my teacher told us that we must learn technique, because to try to massage effectively without it is like trying to run through a forest blindfolded and expecting not to hit a branch. If you know the forest like the back of your hand, maybe it's possible, but for those starting out, you need a map. You need some sort of structure from which to engage in spontaneity and intuition. And the same thing happens in dance. So, what happens when we develop our dance in this way, from the foundations up? Well, we enjoy it more, and so do our partners. How much I enjoy my dance is directly related to the amount of work I put in. Can I enjoy the feeling of my body moving with the music? Does my partner feel like I'm meeting them where they are and maintaining that connection so that I can be truly present with them and they with me? Am I just doing moves or making my partner do moves? Or do we have such a close connection that the tiniest isolations in my body are sung through the follower's body? Because this is what makes someone feel really seen and appreciated. The magic that happens on the dance floor happens more and deeper when both people have laid the groundwork before. Why we do something is just as important as what we do, and it can make all the difference in how we experience it. If I care about my partner on the dance floor, I have to be doing the work required to build and maintain her comfort and enjoyment in my training. And if I care about myself on the dance floor, then I want to build the pathways to allow myself to be able to fully express myself. Training technique isn't dry and boring if you care about yourself and your partner. If our motivation is the people we care about, then training technique becomes an act of love. Thank you for listening.